OWL fans. This is another interview with Mr. X, your host, and today I have the pure athlete Eli Iffert with me, and I just wanted to see if we could clear up a few things for the fans. First of all, Mr. Iffert, I would like to ask you, we've been seeing this issue and series of matches develop between you and Ron Hunter, and it seems to be a very, very big deal. You seem to have a very passionate, almost hatred for him. I'd like to ask you to elaborate on that somewhat.
Well, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, Mr. X. I didn't. It started out. It was all business, you know. I went to him before the Falls Count Anywhere match, and I said, you know, dug deep into the Fuse account. You know, I plopped the money down on the table, and I said, take Citadel out. Take him out. I retain the international title and you know I said you haven't had opportunities since I beat you for that world title, you know, and you haven't held another championship. Here's I'll give you a shot. I'm not guaranteeing that I would let him win or anything, but I would have given him a shot. Lo and behold, you know, with you being a normal person, you know, let me ask you a question, Mr. X. If you pay for something and you don't get the desired result out of whatever you pay for, how do you feel? Are you upset, or do you feel a little ripped off? Do you feel, you know, a little angry if you were to buy something and then it wouldn't, or pay for something and then it not pan out? Would that just kind of not really, you know, rub you the right way? I'm asking you. Would it, you know?
Yeah, if I felt like I didn't get my money's worth.
Exactly. I more or less broke the bank on this guy. I mean, I still got plenty of money, but I gave that guy a nice little sum of money. Oh, and guess what? Because Citadel kicked his ass, he can't come through with his job. Money well spent. So I pretty much went out there, and I just kind of thought, that's not Ron Hunter. Ron Hunter is a fucking badass. Ron Hunter should have, especially with the aid of weapons, taken Citadel out after I've already weakened him. That should have been no problem. There had to have been something there with Ron Hunter. So I called him out and I just kind of simply said, look, man, I think you're jealous of me. Because you know what? I was never supposed to get this far. I was supposed to be here. Not here. And you know who I jumped over and took out to get here? It was you. Because I was just supposed to be the international title guy. And I love the international title. But I was, random drawing at the world title tournament. That was just supposed to be where I stayed. I wasn't supposed to get any further. You know, management's golden boy was the one that won the first world title. I wasn't supposed to get much further. But me being the person that I am just going to stand for that. And after I lost the title, I pretty much said, you know what? I just had better run than the champion, and there's nobody that can deny that. And I'm going to put him on the spot. And I did put him on the spot on that, if you can recall, in that whenever I challenged him to a 10-minute match, I did put him on the spot. So I said one of two things are going to happen. A, I'm going to get a chance to prove myself against the world champion, maybe get a future match. Or B, I'm going to make the world champion look like a coward. And Ron Hunter ain't no coward. He had no choice but to accept. And I beat him in a 10-minute challenge, and then I beat him in a 2 out of 3 falls match 1 year ago, and he's just never really recovered from that. Mr. Hunter hasn't. So here he is. You know, now he's got the chance to get some revenge. He cost me the international belt, and I called him out on it. And he thinks he's so much better than me when in all actuality, since we've moved to the new ring, he didn't get a pinfall victory over me until just recently. So I called him out, and I challenged him to a pure wrestling match. You think you're so arrogant? Take me on in my match. And you know what? He did just that. And he lost. So I thought I did something that I rarely ever do. I stuck my hand out of respect, and what did he do? He threw it away. Boy, if I'm offering some respect, you better accept it, because you probably want to be on my good side, not my bad side. And you can just ask Scooter Boy, you can ask Citadel, you can ask anyone what happens when you get on my bad side. Either way, you know, here he goes. He's, I'm doing a side, you know, first of all, I'm going for a #1 contendership. He tries to attack me there. I'm doing a thing in my own time. This was just a business rivalry. This was just business. And then I'm doing a side project in my own time, my personal life, and he intrudes on my personal life. That's something you just don't do. It's like, wrestling's like the mafia. Don't get personal, and everything's justified. No matter how sick and how perverse it is, just as long as it ain't personal. He got personal. So whenever I went, I didn't go, I pretty much said, I don't care who I'm wrestling, they're not getting a match. I'm not here to wrestle, I'm here to fight, and I called him out. I lost the fight, but, you know, I will still say I'm a better wrestler than Ron Hunter. He can make his little joke about me being able to more succeed at baseball, but the bottom line is I'm still a Triple Crown winner, and he's not.
Yeah, I understand. Alright, well, let's see. We've pretty well covered that. So, with this issue with Ron Hunter, it's obviously not over. Where do you go from here?
Well, lo and behold, Mr. Management Buddy, there's probably a bunch of people in that going insane because I'm mentioning that, and this is just, this isn't cool, man, for them. Well, you see, our resident lower guy, Gringo Malo, beat the Executioner, which I'm just going to make the statement right now. I haven't heard from Executioner, and on behalf of Fuse Incorporated, me and Mr. Kruger have come to a decision. The Executioner has been fired. Fired. He's gone. I don't want nothing to do with him. I ain't going to be paying him anymore to just not show up.
That's
He's
fine.
fired.
You haven't heard from him either.
So he's fired from Fuse. I don't care. I don't care. But anywho, Gringo Malo gets a shot, and then here I lose. So him knowing management like he does, decide, we're going to try to, just make Gringo Malo go to the top at your expense because we don't like you, so we're going to try to. So I'm wrestling Gringo Malo at the next show. Well, you know what? Fine. Make me wrestle Gringo Malo. Make me with A-OK in his corner. I don't care. Because I'm going to take him out. I don't really care anymore. I've said it before and I will say it again. I've had to fight for everything I've got. You may not like me, and if you don't like me, I don't like you. If you respect me, I can respect you back. But you know something? I'm going to fight for everything. And if that means you're going to try to give some guy who only won one previous match, and this is the first clean one he'd ever won, you want to give him a shot in the arm at my expense, that's fine. But I'm not just going to let him have it. He's going to have to fight me, and if he comes on if he's the better man, then that's fine. But he's not a better man than me. And you know something? Also on a weird twist of fate, Ron Hunter's got a title shot. Imagine that. I wish I lived in a world where you could just choke somebody with a belt, and that's how you got a title shot, a world championship shot, seeing as how I haven't still gotten my rematch since I lost the belt. But, I'm just going to say this. I'm going to be very interested and a very curious onlooker in that world title match with Mr. Hunter and Mr. Citadel.
Alright. Well, I believe we've covered about everything here. I really can't think of anything else to cover in this. You all have heard it. This basically summarizes the issues that Eli Effort has with the Ron Hunter. And I guess we'll just have to see how this unfolds. I hope this cleared up some questions that all of you had, and that you have a better understanding of this. And that'll be all for today. Thank you. Join us next time.